Oh, why is this chair so low? Oh, there we go. Fucking felt like I was sitting on the floor. Oh, this camera is in reverse. It bugs the shit out of me.
Yes.
Why, thank you.
Yes.
How long until I can vape in the thing? Alright, let's have a look. This is your love. We need to put notification. Did everyone send out a notification?
I don't know.
You just ran away.
Run away! Are you live now?
Oh, yeah, we're live now.
We're live! We're live. Hello!
Everyone runs away when the gym talk starts.
Yeah. I'm saying nothing because this could be held against me in court.
Oh, nah. I got you, boo. I got you. I don't know. Yeah, you got to go and put it in places so people know we're live. YouTube's not the best at notifying people that you're live. So, where do we go?
Up.
Can I
Yeah, show them. Ah.
I can't even see that I'm live on YouTube. There we go. Oh, it says upcoming.
Rocky bum.
Right, share, copy link.
We're live, we're live, we're live.
That didn't work. This is right now. Oh, where's the broadcast group? There it is. Does that work? Now live on YouTube. Right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, let's do that.
They're going to have a riveting beginning, aren't they?
Yeah, it always is. Now live on YouTube. Now live on.
Did you say now live on YouTube?
Yeah, now live on YouTube.
Oh yeah, giggity
Giggity. Took like some crazy thumbnail.
Sorry?
Took like some crazy thumbnail. Oh, there we go. And action. Here we go. Hello from Japan. I really like that. I'm not sure how big of a Japanese following we have, but that is pretty cool. What I want to know is if we got anyone from Antarctica or if anyone even lives in Antarctica, because I believe that's the only continent in the world where people don't follow us. I now have an over 1-year-old Rossi. Love it. Hi from Wiltshire. So we've gone from Japan to Wiltshire. My puppy refuses to go out in the dark, even when I walk up the garden. She's 11 weeks old. Okay, so the reality is I went to see a lady with a Great Dane once who fireworks went off once when they were walking in the dark, and then the dog freaked out and then stopped walking in the dark. And what was actually happening, and many people do this, they end up putting too much pressure on the dog. So I went to see this Great Dane. During the day, he walks absolutely fine. But as soon as it comes to a nighttime walk, the owner starts going, come on, come on. And the Great Dane freaks out. And then they put the lead on the Great Dane and go for a walk, and the dog doesn't move. And they're like, come on, come on. And it makes the Great Dane suspicious. So I said, watch this. Went over to the Great Dane, put a lead over his head, went, let's go. Walked. I didn't even bother with thresholds at this moment, looking at the big picture. And I just walked and the dog just followed me. They went, I can't believe you did that. I was like, yes, so many times when people have a dog that is unsure, they go very soft and almost negotiate with the dog, and that freaks them out. Remember, when a dog meets a dog for the first time, the first two things they pick up on is energy and body language. What this means is if your energy is soft, and your body language is also soft, come on, the dog's not going to fucking listen to you. Yeah? Pick up that lead. Let's go. Don't give the dog a second to dictate what you want. Sometimes it is the simplest things. Hi, 19-week-old puppy. What are the expectations walking at this age? I've been focusing on letting her sniff and ignoring distractions, other dogs, humans, etc. Yeah, that's about it, to be fair. 19 weeks old. It's still a puppy, not yet an adolescent. The big mistake people make with puppies is they want the perfect hill, want the perfect stay, want the perfect everything. And it doesn't work that way. Up until adolescence, which will come in around 6 to 12 months, you want to really make sure you've taken that puppy to many different places, day and night, different weathers, sunny, raining, windy, where possible, many different sights, many different sounds, many different smells. You're going to see dogs and people and distractions along the way, where you want to be teaching your dog good things come from ignoring those distractions. Yeah, the expectation at this age is low. When it hits adolescence, you can start to be a little bit stricter. That's absolutely fine. But right now, it's just very basic stuff and just exploring, building that confidence. Wait, 20 more years. We all live in the Antarctica. What's that? I forgot the word I'm looking for. Climate change. Yay. I don't know. What's the longest you would crate your dog? So there isn't a black and white definitive answer here. So if we're talking overnight, when you're asleep, then it's as long as you're asleep. Yeah. But if we're talking during the day and things where you're going out, we tend not to leave the dog in a crate for any longer than 4 hours at one time. And if you're working 8 hours every single day and the dog's going to be in the crate for 8 hours every single day, then you probably want to look at getting someone to come in and break up that day, get the dog out, take it into the garden, take it for a walk, stretch its legs, something like that. Generally up to 4 hours. Overnight it's different because the dog should just be in one place sleeping, shouldn't be up and down like a yo-yo. So overnight it can stay in the crate as long as you're asleep. 18-week-old Rotty is refusing to eat his kibble. Don't blame him. It's shit. Will only eat from his Kong. Is that normal? So the reality is feeding a dog from a bowl is a complete waste of fucking time. It's just lazy. I do it, so I'm not attacking you. I feed my dogs from a bowl. But the reality is there are so many better ways to feed your dog. For example, if your dog is going through training, best way to feed your dog is by hand feeding. Take your dog's daily food allowance, stick it in a treat pouch, forget set meal times. Then every single time you ask them to do something or they do something you like, you're always in a position to reinforce that and reward your dog. When they are trained, then feeding them from a Kong, a puzzle feeder, a snuffle mat, liquor mat, something like that, just makes it a little bit more enriching and just drags it out. If your dog only eats from a Kong and it's eating, it's not really a big deal. I just go straight to a bowl once my dog's trained because I'm lazy, and that's a privilege you can have once your dog's trained, is by being a little bit lazy. Also, if you want to increase your dog's appetite, get it off kibble and put it on raw food. Nervous rescue, young dog, nervous with people and dogs. What's the best to ease this? Okay, so the reality is when your dog is nervous of something, you want to work around that. But you don't just want to blow your dog's mind. For example, if your dog was scared of traffic, don't go and walk him down a busy fucking road where there's cars coming. Go somewhere where there's little off streets. So quiet street, busy road, back down that quiet street, busy road, back down that quiet street to get that slow exposure going at your dog's pace. If your dog's scared of dogs, don't take it to a dog park where it's going to be bombarded by other dogs. Take it somewhere where you can see dogs, like a Pets at Home car park, or if you're in America, a Costco, Petco, whatever you fucking call it. I'm from England. Car parks of woods, car parks of nature reserves, that type of stuff where you can control the distance and work on those good choices. Couple of things that's super, super important. One, shut up. Yeah. And I don't mean that to be rude. Just shut up. We talk to our dogs too much when they're scared and it freaks them out more. Your dog will pay more attention to you the less you say. When your dog's unsure, don't start telling them it's okay. Remember, guys, if telling your dog it was okay worked, I would be out of a job. But in reality, every time a dog gets scared, we tell them it's okay, yet they're still scared every fucking walk. So we want to change this. We want to remove the emotion, make sure that we are the role model for our dog. Make sure that if they are unsure and they're looking to us, we're not pandering, we're not freaking out. Say less and you'll be more powerful. Is it possible to break littermate syndrome in 2 6-month-old puppies? Yes, it is. You just got to make sure that you're doing a lot of individual training and taking them out separately and things like that. Because two big issues with littermate syndrome that can arise is sibling aggression. That's when the two dogs start fighting. Or severe separation anxiety from one another. So it's very, very important that you do a lot of training with them individually, spend time with them individually, take them out individually, so they get used to being away from each other. You also need to do things with them together. So the way I would do it is teach them, if we take a basic sit, for example, ask your dog to sit, master that, master sit with the other one, then bring them together and practice together. But yeah, don't let them play fight, reduce the amount they play fight and things like that, because there's fine lines between that. Yeah, the reality is littermate syndrome is no joke. It's the number one reason why puppies will fight. Where are we? We have a Sholly. What the fuck is a Sholly? You've got a fucking crossbreed. Just say that. She was born on a farm and was used to running free. She's a nightmare to walk on a lead. She also doesn't listen when we call her back. She's 6 years old. Right, first things first. You're on YouTube. You're watching this live. Come out of this live at the end of it and go and watch our lead walking video that is on here. Ben, what was that lead walking video?
What lead walking video?
The one we posted with the Golden Doodle.
Golden Doodle.
To be fair, any of the long content that we have posted recently, whether it's the spaniels that we posted on Monday, whether it's the cockapoo, whether it's the one with the bauble, the Rottweiler, every single one of those videos that are over an hour long feature step-by-step instructions to teach your dog to walk properly on the lead. I have 5 Irish Terriers. Jesus Christ.
Wow,
oh, mate. Can I come round? That sounds like so much fun. I love Irish Terriers. All related, 3 generations, a lot of door closing and creating goes on to keep separate. It's workable. Is there any other chance the males could learn to get along? Yes, absolutely. It's just there has to be strict leadership in the house. The thing is, right, there has to be someone in charge of the relationship. And if it's not you, it'll be the dogs. So you need to make sure that you're very, very consistent with your affection, consistent with your training, consistent when you ask them to do something, making sure they do it, limiting how much they play. Because again, there's nothing wrong with dogs playing with each other, but you have to be aware that if you have dogs that have had fights with each other, there is a fine line between play and aggression. And the more those excitement levels raise, the higher the chance that those lines get blurred and a fight could happen. I have a 10-month-old lurcher. Went out walking. He wants to play with every dog he meets. What's the best way to manage this? Keep your dog in the lead. Go somewhere where you're going to see dogs, but you can control the space and work a bit on counter conditioning. Take your dog's favourite treat. Take your dog's favourite toy. If your dog likes sniffing, use that. And literally, you need to go somewhere where you can see dogs, but you can control that distance and teach your dog good things come from ignoring that. The other thing, fix the lead walking. If you have any form of lead reactivity, and lead reactivity doesn't necessarily mean aggression. Lead reactivity for me is when your dog is reacting on the lead to a stimulus, i.e. a dog, person, cat, squirrel. And at that moment in time, it no longer listens to you. It's no longer focusing. It's pulling, it's whining, it's barking, it's lunging. Yeah. That to me is reactivity because it comes in many different shapes and sizes. If you got a dog like that, fix that lead walking. Ditch the fucking harness. Get your dog off that harness. Teach your dog to walk properly on some form of collar. And yeah, you'll see mass improvements. Anyone struggling with reactivity, we post 2 videos a week on YouTube, 2 main videos a week on YouTube that are at least an hour long, featuring reactive dogs 9 times out of 10. And in that, you'll see every single dog that comes to the training center, regardless of issue. One of the first things we focus on is lead walking, because if you get that bit right, the rest is simple. Your long content is great. It's the question that owners ask during the sessions that are the questions I'm left with after short content. Yeah, so that's the idea. So the idea of the shorts is little clips taken from full-length sessions, and the full-length session is there if you guys want to watch it. The reality is there's a lot of people that watch it, will get benefits from it, and will use it and learn. There are also a lot of lazy people out there that would rather sit on the couch, watch Netflix and stuff their face, as opposed to throwing on YouTube and actually learning. YouTube is great. You can learn so much from YouTube. The content is there. It's free. There's no reason why you should be sitting there struggling other than you're just sitting there going, I don't have an hour to watch a fucking video because I'd rather watch fucking EastEnders or something like that. My dog is a rescue. He's fixated on tennis balls. Okay. Every other ball I've got him, he doesn't care. I have enrichment balls and Kong balls, but he doesn't want them other than tennis balls. What can I do? You can use that fixation to your advantage. First thing I do is make sure that you never throw that ball until the dog looks at you. And the dog will look at you. Doesn't matter how fixated the dog is on something. At some point, it has to fucking look at you. When it does, that's when it gets the ball. Use it to your advantage. Yeah. Use that in those high-level distracting areas. And if you can't throw it because your dog can't be off the lead, put it on a fucking rope. Get a tennis ball on a rope, and you'll have fucking tug of war. And when it's safe to do so, you can also throw it. Absolutely game changer. Also, don't let your dog have free access to the balls. Put the balls away after play and then give your dog something calming to do, like go to its bed for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so it can calm down and decompress. What's the best collar to start puppy training? Generally just a soft puppy collar. How not to allow a dog without a lead to come close to your dog. Make sure. So the reason so many people struggle with off-lead dogs is because they struggle with their dog. Yeah. You're going places where you're going to encounter off-lead dogs, but you're not actually prepared to actually be there. A lot of people, because they want their dog to have the time of its life, will take their dogs to woods, beaches, parks, nature reserves, things like that. But then it becomes a shit walk because all you have is dogs running over to you and you can't stop it and your dog freaks out. Understand, if you're taking your dog places and there's off-lead dogs approaching it and your dog's having a hard time with this and this keeps happening, your dog's not actually enjoying the walk the way you think it is enjoying the walk. So I wouldn't take my dog to a park full of dogs until my dog can walk properly on the lead. And by walking properly on the lead, what I mean by this is I can hold a cup of tea and the lead in the same hand without spilling it. If you can't do that, you're not ready to be in a place where you're likely to encounter off-lead dogs. The other part of lead walking is not just the dog walking nicely by your side, but it's if you stop, the dog stops by your side. And the dog shouldn't continue on. As I said, guys, in the full-length videos that we post on here, I demonstrate this time and time again. But creating that position and where the dog should be makes life easy, because then if an off-lead dog comes over to me, my dog knows where it should be. I can place my dog behind me, and then I can take control of that dog. Stamp your foot, charge at that dog if you have to. Most dogs, when they come over to you, they're interested in the dog. But as soon as you stamp your foot and raise your voice, because most dogs are coddled, their arseholes will drop and they will fuck off. I do. He just looks at the ball once he gets thrown. What do you mean he just looks at the ball? It fixates. Again, if it's a problem, take it away. It's not the end of the world. There are so many other ways to fucking motivate a dog. Try a ball on the rope. Try a flirt pole. Try something different. The reality is, if the tennis ball is becoming an issue, just take it away. Plus, also, tennis balls aren't really good for your dog's teeth. So you do have to be mindful about how much you play with a tennis ball as well. How do I stop a 10-week-old puppy from biting and nipping? Okay, so Tony, puppies bite. That's what they do. You've got to understand a puppy samples the world through its mouth. So when it's biting, when you touch it, the first instinct for a puppy is to put that thing in its mouth. Anything left lying around, they're going to pick up. So it's very, very important that we understand that. Now, there are main times when a puppy will be at its worst, yeah? So when a puppy first wakes up from a nap, this is when the family normally want to give the puppy cuddles and talk to the puppy and stroke the puppy. Yet the puppy doesn't want that. The puppy's just been asleep and it's just had a complete system reset. So it's going to wake up with all this energy. So if you go into a cuddling session with that dog, it's going to turn you into a chew toy. You need to release that energy. So you need to take it into the garden, wait for it to go to the toilet, get a little tug toy out and play with that puppy. Give it something to bite and combine that with some obedience, yeah? You're going to take initial edge out of that puppy, that adrenalized state of the puppy, which is going to reduce the puppy biting. Now, the second most common time a puppy will bite is when they are over-aroused. So in playing with the puppy and riling up the puppy and getting some of that initial energy off, you are going to adrenalize that puppy. So we have to understand that it's also going to be very bitey at this time. So what we do is we then give the puppy a bone or a Kong or something to chew on, and we place it on a little mat or a spot on the sofa, somewhere you want that puppy to have that thing and stay put. This is going to help it calm down. It's going to help it decompress, and it's going to help with the teething. Now, after that, you can have a little cuddle with a puppy. Then you're probably going to want to put the puppy back for a nap, because if the puppy doesn't sleep enough, guess what? You end up with an overtired, frustrated little bastard that will fucking bite everything that moves. Those 3 times, puppies are at their worst. So if we understand this, we can reduce puppy biting dramatically. Too much freedom too soon, walking land shark. Too much excitement without a release, walking land shark. Not enough nap time, walking land shark. Aren't tennis balls a huge choking hazard? Depends on the size of them, to be fair. If you've got a tennis ball and a Jack Russell, no, it's not a huge choking hazard. If you've got a Mastiff and a tennis ball, then yes, it could be a choking hazard. So you can get oversized balls and things like that. Pong do 3 different sizes of tennis balls, so you can get one to adapt to your dog. But yeah, just be mindful. I tend not to use tennis balls, if I'm honest, because they're just shit for the dog's teeth. If I'm going to use toys with my dog, I almost like a ball on the rope that I can control, play tug with, and throw it that way. Or I like a flirt pole, or just a rope that the dog can bite onto. Do you think a figure of 8 is okay for a dog reactive GSD? Yeah. A figure of 8 is a great training tool if the dog, if it works for the dog and it's introduced properly. If the dog's trying to rip it off its face constantly, or at any opportunity it gets, then you might want to consider changing it to something that gives you more control. But in reality, I showed a video on here the other day. I think it was on here, or it's scheduled to go on here, of a figure of 8 on a Cocker Spaniel. Resource guarding food. My rescue greyhound has been with me nearly 2 years. Still guards food in a single person household. Take the food bowl away. Stop giving it things to be able to guard. Take your dog's daily food allowance. Stick it in a treat pouch. Make them work for their food. Forget set meal times. Set meal times come once you have a dog that's trained. Yeah. If you want to increase food drive, stop your dog being fussy. If you want to strengthen your relationship, strengthen your dog's obedience, bring out that motivation in your dog and get to where you want to be quicker, ditch the fucking food bowl, guys. Take that food, stick it in a treat pouch, and then throughout the day, anytime the dog does something you like or something you ask, you're always in a position to reinforce your dog. You're always in a position to reward your dog. Yeah. Watch how quickly your dog's behavior changes for the better. When your dog's trained, you can then slowly introduce the food bowl. But if you're putting a food bowl down and a dog stands over it, that's how it can guard it. Yeah, so you want to take that ability away and you want to change how your dog sees food. Remember the old saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Well, if you hand feed, the dog won't bite the hand that feeds you. How can I stop my staffy barking at everyone that passes the front window? Stop letting your dog fucking look at people passing the front window. Move your dog's bed or move the crate so it's not able to window watch. The other thing is make sure your dog's getting enough exercise. And after exercise, crate your dog for a minimum of 2 hours. Many dogs that excessively bark at every noise they hear or barking at people out the front, walking past the house, is because they're not switching off enough. Dogs are meant to sleep for around 16 hours a day, guys. Remember that. So if your dog is up and down like a fucking yo-yo and it's barking at everything, that is the problem. Now, 2 main reasons this happened. Number 1, your dog's not getting enough exercise. Nearly every person that comes to the training center, one of the biggest issues they're having, and I get it, they're scared to walk their dog. They've got super reactive dogs and they're stuck in this vicious circle, right? But if your dog's not getting enough exercise, it doesn't matter what you're trying to address. Your problems will always be there and will continue to get worse. If you've got a staffy, you're looking at around 2 hours exercise a day outside the house. If it's fit, if it's healthy for an adult dog, okay? So yeah, about 2 hours outside the house. Now, that exercise should consist of mental stimulation. What is mental stimulation? Mental stimulation is the dog's brain thinking. So that could be when you're asking your dog to sit, down, come, heel. Yeah, it could be asking the dog to focus on you. It can be before you throw a tennis ball or any ball, not a tennis ball. Yeah, before you give your dog something, make it do something. The more you're getting that brain active and engaged, that's mental stimulation. Sniffing is also mental stimulation because the dog is processing all that information as it's going along. So that's the mental. Your dog needs that on the exercise. They also need physical. Physical is self-explanatory. It's getting the fucking body moving. Yeah. So when you're walking, when the dog's running, This is physical exercise. If it's chasing something, physical exercise. Your dog needs a combination of both of that on every single walk outside the house. Not if you've got a lot of land. That doesn't count. It's an extension of your house outside the house. Yeah. Then a lot of dogs are getting enough exercise, but they don't know when enough is enough. They don't know how to switch off. So you go to the kitchen, the dog follows you. You go upstairs, the dog follows you. You go to the toilet, the dog follows you. If your dog has had enough exercise but is still following you around the house, you are potentially on your way to separation anxiety, excessive barking, destructive behaviors, just to name a few things. You might avoid it, but chances are at some point it's going to become problematic. So how do we combat this? After exercise, crate, 2 hours minimum. Do this every day for a couple of weeks. You'll find after exercise, your dog will be calmer. It will have a routine. It'll understand what's expected of him. Then things like window watching won't happen as much. Things like excessive barking will reduce. Yeah, plenty of exercise and an off switch. Our Beagle Cross Tudor Red Kong, is there anything stronger? I think the black ones are stronger. Don't quote me on that. I don't really use Kong products. But I believe the black ones are stronger than the red ones. I think the red ones are the standard Kong and the black ones are meant to be ultra tough. Again, don't quote me on that, but I believe black is better. I can't believe you didn't chuckle there.
I did. In my head. I was wondering if it was like the smaller white ones or something.
There's no small white ones. Black is better.
The bigger black ones are stronger. Right.
What, you know what they say? Once you go black, get a cat. Why do I do my... It's only because I saw a cat here. What do I do my cat in the washing machine? I don't understand. Did you put your cat in a washing machine? I wouldn't do that. Yes, black is strongest. Thank you. JK knows. My hubby takes a dog to the park for a run every day. Now they hassle him every day at the same time to go to the park. Yeah, so break the habit. Yeah. So if your dog is doing something that is bothering you or becoming a problem, ask yourself, what do you want them to do instead? Yeah. So one of the most basic things we teach a dog, whether it's a puppy or whether it's a rescue dog or what, one of the things we introduce to a dog on day one is a crate. Yeah. Then once the dog understands the crate and we start to come away from it, we will then start to introduce what we call a place command or a bed command. Now, on our website or the Southend Dog Training app, there are tutorials on how to teach both of these. Now, the reason we teach these is because it gives a dog a place to go, to switch off, to stay there and to relax. So, if I had a dog at 5 o'clock every single day was pacing around expecting to go for a walk or expecting dinner or expecting whatever, I'd send it to its bed. And because the dog knows what place is, or because the dog knows what his crate is, guess what? Problem fucking solved. Let the dog decompress. Ask yourself what you want from the dog at that moment in time. If you keep letting it pace back and forth, guess what? It will keep doing it. Some things are really that fucking simple to fix. Can I crate train outside dogs using their bed? I don't like outside dogs. But you can use a bed outside for when you're outside. For example, there is a video on our app of 2 videos, actually. One with a Rottweiler and one with, I can't remember the breed. I want to say it was a Chow or something like that. But both of these, the dogs had issues when the kids were playing. They would steal the ball, knock the kids over. So we took a bed outside. Because the dog already knows what place is inside the house, we then basically just take that outside the house and we put the dog in place or on a bed whilst the kids are playing, so the dog understands what's expected of them. So you can do it that way. How do I teach my dogs to take treats gently? One of my Great Dane is gentle, the other can be a bit nippy. Imagine you're feeding a horse. You're not far from a horse. You've got a Great Dane. When we go to like a farm or a petting zoo with our kids and we let them feed the animals, one of the first things we teach them is flat palm so they don't catch their fingers. You don't give them a treat like that. For some reason, when it comes to dogs, we instinctively want to give them treats like this. Imagine you're feeding a horse. Problem solved. You all right?
Yeah, so I was just talking. I'll explain to you afterwards.
Okay.
It's good though.
It's good.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Everything's good. Just remember good.
Good.
This is that cake we were speaking about, I think. Is that the one?
That is the cake. It goes in the microwave.
Yes.
It interferes massively with my diet.
Don't read the expiry date. But other than that, it's
231 calories per slice, 18 grams of sugar. It's got 4.2 grams of protein.
Yeah. I mean,
you can get diabetes and protein at the same time.
This is one slice.
Yeah, one slice. That whole thing. What is it for the whole fucking cake? The whole cake, 968 calories. Oh no, this is per slice.
As it expired in January, do you think it's still safe?
Yeah, no sugar in it.
Isn't that just like a fucking sell-by
I
date?
don't know, Ben. Why didn't we put some in the microwave and try it?
Okay.
How do I stop the whining? Lab whines when he wants something. I usually do the opposite of what he wants, but he can still whine. To go one way, he whines. I go the other way. Then I say quiet. Yeah, but what you're doing when he's whining because he wants to go one way and you go the other way, you're still reinforcing whining because you're moving on, which is actually what the dog wants to do. Doesn't necessarily care if it's going one way or the other. I posted videos on this recently with a cockapoo. Also posted a red fox lab that whines, that barks, that was super, super reactive. Full-length videos on here. Guys, if you're struggling with your dogs, understand these guys next to us, them two. Say hello to the camera, guys.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Hello, us two.
We
Yeah.
got cake.
Right. Those two, right, pretty much day in, day out are editing videos to go onto YouTube for you guys. Yeah. Those videos are normally a minimum an hour long. Now, I know you go, oh, watching an hour-long video is difficult, but remember, you find fucking an hour to watch your fucking TV programs in the evening, yeah? Just you have to prioritize better. So the video's an answer to that question, how do you stop whining? We posted that several times over in the last couple of weeks with a red fox lab, with a cockapoo, with fucking cocker spaniels. The answers are there for you. Yes, black is denser. Vicky agrees. Jumping up, can't crack it. Pop dog on a lead. And when it jumps up, sharp pop on that lead. Tell it enough if it's at you. Having your dog on a lead will help massively. We understand that when we go outside to keep our dog on a lead, if we know unclipping that lead, the dog's going to be a nuisance. Responsible owners do anyway. But for some reason, when we come home, we take the lead, we take collars, we take everything off the dog. But then the dog has problems inside the house, like counter surfing, like jumping up, like stealing things and running away, like not coming back when we call it from the garden. So all you're doing is basically keep letting the dog ignore you or reinforce bad behavior. Keep your dog on a lead. As I said, one of the first things we teach dogs is a crate on day one. On day one, that dog has a lead on inside the house unless it's in the crate. Then when it's out of the crate, it has a lead on. Why? Because it means if it picks up something and tries to run away, I can step on that lead. It means as the door goes, I can step on that lead, pick up that lead, and I can stop my dog rushing out the front door in the beginning whilst it's learning or jumping all over my guest because it's on a lead. It means I can hold the dog on the lead until it's calm, instruct my guests on how to interact with the dog, and then as a reward for calmness, let my dog go over to my guests. It also means if the dog jumps up at me, I've got something I can pick up that lead. Oi, cut that shit out. Don't say cut that shit out. Just say, oi, enough, stop it, off, keep it simple. Doggy pimp. Oh, no, doggy imp. I thought that was doggy pimp. I was going to go, what is your profession? Doggy imp wants the cake.
It's got raisins in it.
Well, I don't think he's an actual doggy. I don't think dogs can type. We don't have opposable.
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. No, it's raisins.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Oh, no, it is meant to be chocolate.
It is.
It is meant to be chocolate.
It is.
Ah, it's a fake. Fake. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you because there is cake on the go.
Let's go.
I also want to have a cheeky vape, but don't judge me.
God judges you.
God judges me every day. Also, though, on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, go over to my stories right now. On my stories, there is a question box. You can ask me a question on there. Guys, take an hour, take a couple of hours tomorrow. It's the weekend in the evening. Just prioritize your dog if you've got problems. Prioritize dog training. Forget Netflix, forget Amazon Prime, forget all of that for a couple of nights. watch the full length videos we are posting on here. Even if you think they're not fucking relevant to you because it's a different dog breed, trust me, it is relevant. Because if you've got a reactive dog, something tells me it doesn't walk properly on the lead or could deal with improvements. What that means is every one of those videos we posted that are full length, there are step-by-step fucking instructions on how to walk your dog. If you've got a dog that whines, it's in the video. If you've got an owner that's fucking dog doesn't listen to him, it's in the videos. Yeah? We provide all the information for you, but you have to help yourself. Yeah? You have to prioritize your dogs. Those that are doing it are getting results. Go and watch those videos, guys. Everyone that gave us a thumbs up, you're awesome. I forgot to ask people to give us a thumbs up, but thank you. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. And although it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, it massively helps us out. We are trying to build YouTube. And all of that, take care.
On that note,